Hey everyone, Kitchen Table Warrior here, nice to see you again. In today's episode, we're gonna continue our Theros Beyond Death Battlebox. This time we're going to focus on a black deck, Mono Black Devotion. Luckily, this deck can be built on a reasonable budget and has some good potential for upgrades. The deck I'm gonna show you today costs about $7, and I will tell you about some reasonable upgrades to make it more powerful. The star of this deck is Gary, a grey merchant of Aspodel. This guy was a superstar doing original Theros, and he's still playing Pauper, mostly in mono black control decks. For 3 and 2 blacks, we have a 2/4 zombie creature that reads: whenever Gary enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. In our mono black deck, this can represent a lot of life, and many times we will kill our opponent this way. Note that the 2 mana its mana cost counts for devotion, so it will always drain our opponent for at least 2 life. Of course, we are running a full playset. We need some black cards to increase our devotion to black. First, we have 2 creatures that cost 2 black mana, a playset of Theros Fenlurker, and 3 Timarets. Theros Fenlurker is a 1/1 that will force our opponent to exile a card from his hand when it enters the battlefield. Also, he can get +1/+1 until end of turn for 3 mana, which is expensive, but it's on a card, it's there, so that's a nice bonus. Timaret has 2 power, and its toughness is equal to our devotion to black. It can be a good blocker if our devotion to black is high enough. Plus, its ability allows us to exile cards from graveyards to gain a life. That is useful against decks that uses escape or other graveyard-based strategies. Gaining 1 life doesn't seem like much, but gaining life synergizes with some other cards in our deck. We have a playset of Deathless Knight. The main reason for playing this card is its mana cost. Having one of these on the battlefield increases our devotion to black by 4, which is huge. Dropping one of these and playing Gary the next turn can be a very powerful play. It is also a threat that can come back whenever we gain life. That is a nice upside. Our last creature is 2 copies of Black Breast Battlebox. His body is not impressive, but when it enters the battlefield, it gives -X/-X to a creature, where X is our devotion to black. That is a useful removal that comes on a creature. This guy is a bit expensive to cast, but killing a creature while being left with a decent body is always a good thing. For our spare, we have some removal in the form of 4 Dead Weights and 4 Drag to the Underworld. Dead Weight is an enchantment that costs only 1 black and gives enchanted creature -2/-2. It is useful in the first few turns against fast aggro deck and can slow down our opponent if it's played on a bigger creature. And if it does not kill a creature, it stays on the battlefield and counts for devotion to black. Drag to the Underworld is an instant that kills a creature for 2 and 2 black. However, it costs X less to cast, where X is our devotion to black, which means in most situations, this pair will only cost 2 mana. We have a playset of Agonizing Remorse and Funeral Rites. Agonizing Remorse will force our opponent to discard some Edonin cards, while Funeral Rites will help us draw and keep our hand full. Finally, we have 3 copies of Elspeth Nightmare. In the base case scenario, this saga will kill a small creature and force our opponents to discard a card. Not too bad for only 3 mana. Plus, this is some temporary devotion to black, so it is always useful in our deck. Also, if we play against a graveyard-based deck, we can exile its graveyard, which is really good. Our mana base in this version is made of 23 basic swamps. Now, here are some reasonable upgrades. You can remove 2 Keto Blepas, 3 Elspeth Nightmare, and 2 Desert Nice. We're gonna add 3 Ayara, First of Locthwain, and 4 Nightmare Shepherd. Whenever one of our creatures dies, Nightmare Shepherd creates a 1/1 token that is a copy of that creature. It includes the Enter the Battlefield effect, which makes it super powerful. If a Grey Merchant dies, we create a 1/1 token that will drain our opponent again. Same with Theros Fenlurker, our opponent will discard a card when the tokens come into play. Ayara increases our devotion to black by 3, which is already great, but she also helps us dealing more damage and can be used as a sacrifice outlet in combination with Nightmare Shepherd. With draw cards, deal extra damage, and get extra value from the token. With these upgrades, I would not say this deck is tier 1, but it performs way better, and you can keep upgrading the deck until it gets even better. You can add more copy of IRA, you can add some Castle Lockwayne, some Murderous Rider, and you're on your way to win Friday Night Magic. Now let me know what you think of this deck and its upgrades. I might make 2 more Theros Beyond Death decks.